Welcome to Keynote 09. When you first open Keynote, you'll see the Template Chooser, where you can open your documents and preview themes by skimming over the tiles with your pointer. There are many themes to choose from, and once you find the one you like, just double-click it to get started. The first slide Keynote will add to the presentation is a title slide. All templates include placeholder text and graphics that you can change. Just click the title and then type in your own. Builds make objects appear on your slides, and effects give them more impact. To apply a build, open the inspector. It has everything you need to add effects and animations. Next, click the Build button, and then select an effect from the pop-up menu. You'll see a preview in the inspector, and if you want to see it again, just click anywhere in the preview window. To add another slide, click the New button. To change what the slide looks like, click Master in the toolbar. All the templates include many different types of master slides, such as title slides, bullet slides, and photo slides. To choose one, select it from the list, then just double-click and start typing. And with bullets, pressing Return automatically adds another bullet. To replace the placeholder image with your own, just click Media, and then click Photos. Here you can see the photos in your iPhoto library. You can skim your events and then open them to see the photos inside. When you find the one you want, drag it to the slide and drop it over the placeholder to replace it. When you move from slide to slide, you can use transition effects to make your presentation more dynamic. To do that, select the slide in the thumbnail view. Then, in the inspector, click Transitions. Next, choose an effect from the pop-up menu. After you spend a little more time building your presentation, you'll want to see what it looks like. To do that, just select the first slide, click the Play button, and then Keynote will present your slides. With Keynote, you'll be building impressive presentations in no time. While you're creating your slideshow in Keynote, you can group and organize your slides to make them easier to work with. These slides are all about the same topic and can be grouped together. Just press the Shift key while you click the slides. Then drag them to the right. You can select a subset of slides and indent them even further. Instead of dragging the slides, you can press the Tab key on your keyboard. Now, we can collapse all the indented slides just by clicking the disclosure triangle. This makes it a lot easier to scroll up and down through your slides. If you don't want the slides indented anymore, just drag the first slide to the left. Moving the first slide in a set moves the whole set. Or press Shift-Tab. Here's a great way to work with slides that have a lot of graphics in them. Click View in the toolbar and choose Light Table. Now you can see a lot more slides at once. Drag the slides to rearrange them. If your presentation is mainly text, click View and choose Outline. Now you can see the contents of more slides at once, and you can edit the text right in the slide navigator by double-clicking. You can also drag bullets to rearrange them. With Keynote, it's easy to switch between these three views so you can quickly organize your work. In Keynote, you can easily give your presentation flair by adding audio and video in just a few steps. To add a soundtrack that will play through your entire presentation, first, open the media browser by clicking the media icon in the toolbar. Then, click the Audio tab. Here, you'll find all of your music from GarageBand and iTunes. You can preview a song by double-clicking it. Once you find the song or playlist you want to use, open the inspector, click Audio, and then drag the song from the media browser to the audio well. You can adjust the volume of your soundtrack by moving the slider. You can also have music or a sound effect play only at a certain point in your presentation by attaching it to an individual slide. Simply drag an audio file from the media browser directly onto the slide. If you want to play only a snippet of the song, open the QuickTime Inspector and adjust the start and stop points by sliding these bars. You can then preview the snippet by clicking the play button. Adding a video clip to a slide is just as easy. Just select the Movies tab in the media browser, where you can see all of your movies from iMovie, iPhoto, iTunes, and your Movies folder. Preview a movie by double-clicking it. Once you find the movie you want, just drag it to your slide. To add a finishing touch, you can add a border around the movie. With your movie selected, click on the Stroke pop-up menu in the Format bar, and then choose a frame for your video. By default, the movie will start when the slide opens. To manually control the playback, click the QuickTime Inspector button and check the box for Start Movie on Click. Now, while you're giving your presentation, you can start your movie when the timing is right. You can use shapes like rectangles, circles, or stars in lots of creative ways to add visual interest to your slides. To place a shape on the slide canvas, just click the Shapes button and select the one you want. You can add lines, arrows, geometrical shapes, speech bubbles, or even draw your own custom shape using the drawing tool. Change the shape's size by dragging one of its handles, or drag in the middle to move it to a new location on the slide. As you move the shape around the slide canvas, alignment guides appear, letting you know when you've placed it in the center of the slide or when you've aligned it with other objects on the slide. When several objects are lined up on the canvas, additional guides appear to let you know when they're equally spaced and when they're all the same. It's easy to change the shape's color using colors right on the Format bar. You can also make the shape more transparent, so that what's under the shape can show through. You can also change the shape's border, called stroke, in the Format bar. Choose a solid line, a dashed line, or none at all. Then, set the stroke thickness and color. Use a chart as a visual aid when you want to show trends and relationships in numerical data. To add a chart, just click Charts, and then choose the kind you want. Two-dimensional charts are on the left, and three-dimensional charts are on the right. Let's choose the two-dimensional pie chart. The Chart Data Editor is where you enter your own data. Just click a cell, type over the placeholder data, and press Return. The chart reflects your changes immediately. Changing data labels is also easy. Just double-click a label and type. Resize the chart by dragging its handles and drag it from the center to position it on your slide. If you change your mind about the type of chart you want to show, you can always choose a new chart from the pop-up menu in the Format bar. Let's make this a 3D pie chart. And we'll explode a wedge by selecting it and then dragging. Charts add visual power to your slides, and building them in Keynote is a breeze. Tables are a great way to organize and present data in Keynote. Adding a table is as easy as clicking Table in the toolbar. Once it appears on your slide, you can drag it around to the position you like and resize it by dragging the handles on the table corners. To change the number of rows or columns, go to the Format bar and click these arrows to change the number, or select the number and type in your value directly. To format a cell border, use this pull-down menu to choose the border you wish to change. And then use the format controls to change the line style, thickness, or color. To make column and row labels stand out, add a header column or row using the header and footer buttons in the format bar. You can also add more than one header or footer to each section if you choose. To enter text in a table, double-click inside a cell and start typing. If your data doesn't fit, you can resize rows or columns by dragging any of the cell borders. You can also apply the same cell size to any group of cells. Just shift-click on the cells you want to change. Then go to the Table Inspector and enter a value in the column width or row height boxes, and then press Enter. Your table is now formatted perfectly and looking its best. Easily create professional-looking graphics by removing the background of an image to make it pop off your slide. Select the image that you want to work on in your presentation. Then click Alpha. The next step is to place your pointer over the color you want to remove from the photo, and then click and drag to remove similar colors around the area. You can click and drag as many times as you need to in different parts of the photo to remove the entire background.
Wow.
Instant Alpha also works great for graphics, especially if you want to place them over existing photos. Just set your graphic element where you want it. Then click Alpha. This time, hold down the Option key while dragging to have the Alpha function ignore detected boundaries and remove similar colors throughout the entire image at once. When you're done, click outside the image and the background disappears. You can then fine-tune the position of your graphic to create professional-looking slides. Give your slides depth and dimension by adding shadows and reflections. Let's start by adding a shadow to some text. To do that, select the text and then click Shadow in the format bar. It's that easy. To customize the shadow in our text, open the Graphic Inspector. Select it and then drag the angle wheel to change the position of the lights casting the shadow. You can use the Offset control to make the text appear further away or closer to the shadow. The Blur control will make the shadow's edges softer or sharper, and the Opacity control changes the shadow's transparency. Adding a reflection to a photo is easy too. Just select the photo and click Reflection. To customize the reflection, drag the slider to make the reflection darker or lighter. With shadows and reflections, your text and images will stand out on the slide, helping you get your point across with style. If you want a photo in your presentation but only want to use part of it, the Mask tool in Keynote can help you do just that. With the image you want to work on selected, click the Mask button. If you want to make the mask bigger or smaller, just click on the edge of the window and then drag the sides until the mask is the size you want. To zoom in on an image, drag the mask slider to the right. Then just drag the photo around until the portion you want showing is inside the window. Once you're done editing your photo, click Edit Mask again. The masked portion of the image disappears and you're left only with the part you want to use in your presentation. Since Keynote still has access to the original photo, if you decide you want to change the mask, just select the photo. Click Edit Mask and change it again until it's just the way you want it. With the Mask tool, cropping and repositioning your photos right inside Keynote only takes a few clicks. Slide transitions are video effects that play between your slides to make your presentations more engaging. To start, simply click a slide, then choose Inspector and open the Slide Inspector. Now select a transition. You can pick from 3D effects, 2D effects, or even effects tailored to the content of the slide. You can see a preview of it in the slide inspector. To replay the preview, click on the image in the slide inspector again. To change the speed of a transition, you can type in a new number in the duration box. Some transitions have other parameters you can adjust. For example, the cube transition lets you select the direction from this pop-up. Most transitions simply switch from one slide to the next. Select Perspective to see an example of a dynamic object transition that independently animates all the objects off of a slide before bringing in the new objects. By default, a transition begins when the presenter clicks to move forward to the next slide. But you can also set a transition to automatically start after a set period of time. Just set how long you want the slide to remain on screen before the transition begins. In the Slide Navigator, small triangles show which slides use transitions. You can always change a transition or its settings at any time. To remove a transition, choose None from the Effects pop-up menu. Magic Move slide transitions make an image move from slide to slide. You can use Magic Move transitions with 2 consecutive slides that share at least one identical image, like a logo or a photograph. For best effect, the image should be a different size or in a different location on the second slide. To create the transition, select the first slide and open the Slide Inspector. Click Transitions and choose Magic Move from the Effect pop-up menu. To make the transition play more slowly, increase the duration. Magic Move also looks great with several images moving from one slide to the next. Keynote makes it easy to add professional-looking motion effects to your slideshows. Make objects on your slide move, grow, fade out, and more. First, select the text box you want to animate in the presentation. Open the inspector, and then click on the yellow Build icon. Make sure that the Build In tab is selected. Next, select the Effect pop-up menu to determine how you want your text to appear on your slide. We'll choose Move In. Instead of having the text appear all at once, we'll choose By Bullet so that each line appears on the slide one at a time. You can make objects move off the screen just as easily. Click the Build Out tab under the Effect menu and choose Blast. Click the Play button to preview your work so far. You can create more complex builds too. Next, we'll intersperse each section of a pie chart to its corresponding bullet point. Select this box to separate out the timing for each bullet point. Notice that the Build Inspector drawer window automatically opens to reveal more details about this build. Next, select the chart and select a build effect for it. Choose the effect Grow and the delivery to be by wedge. Then select the checkbox to separate out the timing of each wedge. In the Build Options drawer, notice that the builds have been listed in the order they were created, but you can reorder them by dragging them up or down in the list. Let's drag the build of each pie wedge immediately after the build of each bullet point. This way, the bullet points will correspond with each wedge of the pie chart as it grows. The next step is to connect the wedge builds so they happen immediately after each text build, instead of waiting for a click. Command-click each wedge, and in the Start Build pop-up menu, choose Automatically After Prior Build. To play the slideshow, click on the Play button. You'll see how each bullet point corresponds to the wedge that is being built in the presentation. Keynote gives you lots of tools and options that make it easy to create dynamic presentations. Instead of having a bunch of index cards with you while you give your presentation, you can display your notes and prompts right in Keynote. You can use your computer or another screen to show a timer or other helpful presenter tools that your audience won't see. To add a note to a slide, choose View, Show Presenter Notes, then type in your notes in the area below each slide. To set up how you want your notes to appear while you're giving your presentation, choose Play, Customize Presenter Display. Select the items you want to appear on the presenter screen, like your notes, a timer, or a clock. Selecting the Ready to Advance checkbox lets you know that all the builds on the current slide are finished playing through, and you're ready to advance to the next slide. You can arrange your screen however you like by dragging items to the area you want them to appear in. And if you have long notes, drag the corner of the Notes field to make it bigger. You can resize the slide previews the same way. When the layout is set the way you want it, just click Done. Now, when you give your presentation, you'll see your notes and prompts on your display while your audience only sees your slides. Keynote makes it easy to work with PowerPoint presentations, so you can share files and work with Microsoft Office users. Opening a PowerPoint presentation in Keynote is easy. Simply drag and drop a PowerPoint file onto the Keynote icon in the dock. Your presentation then opens in Keynote, where you can work with it some more. You can also save your Keynote presentations as PowerPoint files. Just go to the File menu and select Save As. Next, check this box and make sure PowerPoint document is selected in the pop-up menu. Then click Save. But the easiest way to share a Keynote presentation is by email. Just go to the Share menu, select Send via email, and then choose the format you'd like to send. Keynote launches Mail with the document already attached. All you need to do is address it, add a message, and hit Send. With Keynote, it's easy to work with Microsoft PowerPoint users.